People are working to an older age in Britain. The number of 70 to 74-year-old people who work has doubled in the past decade. Around 10% of British people in their early 70s are now working. It is the highest figure since records began. The British government says just over 250,000 70 to 74-year-olds currently have jobs. In 2005, there were around 100,000 of them. The government said people are working to an older age and are deciding to retire later. A Labour Union spokesperson said the reason for people working in their old age is because retirement pensions in Britain are becoming more difficult to live on. Many older people have to work and delay retirement to be able to survive. Employment spokesman Francis O'Grady said, "The last decade has seen big changes in the labour market, with far more people working beyond retirement age. While there are plenty who enjoy remaining in work, many need to earn extra cash because they cannot afford to retire." He added that, "We need decent jobs and pensions for all so that people can make a genuine choice about whether they remain in work." A spokesman for small businesses, John Allen, said more older people were starting their own businesses. He said, "More and more older people are deciding on a career change later in life and are starting up their own businesses, pursuing something they may have dreamed of doing for years." Money does not make children pass exams. A new report says promising children money to pass exams does not help exam grades. The report says parents could be wasting their money by using cash to get their kids to study more. However, the promise of a trip somewhere nice could encourage students to try harder and do better at school. Researchers from the University of Bristol in England and the University of Chicago in the USA looked at how promises of cash and tickets to events affected students' studying and learning. Over 10,000 pupils took part in the research throughout the year 2012. There was an improvement in classwork and homework, but this did not result in better test scores. Lead researcher Dr. Simon Burgess suggested the research looked at the wrong areas. He said it had not looked at the things that really got students to increase their effort. He added that, "Clearly, some pupils have a lot of goals and believe that education is a way of getting what they want out of life. But there are kids who think that working hard doesn't make a difference." He said these children think exam success is all in your genes because of their family background. Education expert Dr. Kevan Collins said good teachers were better than promises of rewards to get children to study, especially for children from low-income families. He wrote, "What really makes the difference is how students are taught." Coffee can help you live longer. There is good news for coffee lovers. A new report claims that regular coffee drinkers may live longer than those who do not drink coffee. Researchers say there is growing evidence that coffee benefits the health, makes you live longer, and reduces the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, other life-threatening illnesses, and even suicide. The study was published by the American Heart Association. It looked at the coffee drinking habits of over 200,000 people who drank between 1 and 5 cups of coffee a day. Researcher Dr. Frank Hu said, "This study provides further evidence that moderate consumption of coffee may confer health benefits in terms of reducing premature death due to several diseases." Scientists have been working hard to analyze exactly what is in coffee that provides so many benefits to the health. Dozens of reports in the past few decades have highlighted the positive effects it can have on the body. Dr. Hu said it was still unclear precisely how elements within the coffee bean interact with the body. He said, "Coffee is a complex beverage. It's very difficult to pinpoint which component of coffee is responsible for which benefit." Researchers did not include highly caffeinated drinks in the study. They also pointed out that while coffee seems to have health benefits, added ingredients such as cream, sugar, and certain types of sweeteners do not.